What's happening, you guys? This is your boy Creative D. Will, your everyday creative dad. Welcome to the channel and thank you guys for tuning in. Today, we're going to be taking a look at 808s inside the Maschine software and on the actual hardware. So we're going to be taking a look at how to tune those 808s and pretty much how to set the key or the root note of the 808s inside the Maschine. It could be a little confusing. A few years ago, I did a video on this and a lot of people liked that video. So this is kind of like the 2022 update of that video. So without further ado, you guys know what time it is. Let's dive in and let's get creative. All right, you guys, so welcome back. As you can see, I have an instance of Maschine pulled up here. Typically, I'll just be in Maschine by itself, but for this video, I decided to utilize Cubase. So I got Maschine pulled up as a VST inside of my DAW of choice to mix in, which is Cubase. But that shouldn't change anything. You can do this inside the standalone version, or you can do it inside the VST version of Maschine. All right, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to go to your files and you want to find the 808 and actually drag and drop it inside of Maschine. I found this 808 right here out of the Sematics pack, 808 Essential. It is in the key of E. All right, that's important. That's very, very important. If you didn't know the key of your 808, I'm gonna show you guys how to find it two different ways. One utilizing a third-party plugin and another utilizing Maschine guitar rig. So we dragged and dropped that on the our first pad right here. So now it's on the Maschine in our first pad. But you hear how it actually just overlaps with each other. If you have your polyphony set to anything other than legato, like I got it set to 16, the sound doesn't cut itself off. So if you're like in Fruity Loops or any other plugin, or I mean DAW, you could set a feature to cut itself off. So in Maschine, you do that by going over here, setting it to legato or to like 1 or something. I like to set it to legato because when you set it to legato, that gives you the opportunity to slide your 808s. That means that if I come right here, let me go down an octave so you guys can. All right, so if you set it to legato, that gives you the option to slide. So if I was on polyphony 1, I lose that option. So I recommend you setting it to legato so you can actually have that slide feature. All right, another thing is if you hear this 808, you see how it just keep going even if I let my finger off of the pad? We don't want that. We want to be able to control how fast if we take our hands off of it. So in order to do that, you got to come over here, make sure you're selected on sampler. Then you go into the pitch envelope, right? And you want to change this from one shot to boom, ADSR. Now you have more control. As soon as you let your hand off of that 808, boom, you can have a one shot by just holding it down, or you can. All right, so that's how you actually have more control of your 808s. Now, I mentioned that we knew what the key of this 808 was. Now, say if you drag it, you got an 808 and you just didn't know the key, it didn't come with a key, you sampled it from somewhere else. Well, inside a Maschine, it doesn't have its own standalone tuner, but I came across this method of inside a guitar rig where you can actually utilize guitar rig tuner. And it'll tell you the key. Let's go back over here to pad. And, oh, sorry about that. On a different, all right, boom. So now we got the tuner pulled up here. And to activate the tuner, all you got to do is come right here and select this tuning fork looking thing right there, right? So, and what you're going to have to do is from there, you can go and hit the pad. And you can see that it comes up. You want to make sure when you're hitting it, it shows me the key that it's in the key of E, right? When you're hitting it, sometimes it might mess around and not give you the right key, but just keep hitting it. And the most consistent letter that you see up there is the key that this 808 is in. So we know that it's in E. Now that's the first method of finding an 808. I'm gonna show you guys what I like to utilize. It is a third-party plugin by Mixed Key. They are a super dope company. You can see I already have it. It already was recognizing because I had it already up here and I was pressing it. So with that, all you got to do is come over here. I hit clear, and you can either do sharp or flat. Right now, I'm gonna just utilize sharp. And then when I hit the a note on the keyboard, boom, not keyboard, but the machine, it automatically pops up. It's 71% saying, hey, this is E minor, right? And the reason why is because that initial transient that comes through, it might be in the key E, but then it as the 808 keep going, it might picks up like, oh, it's a different note or whatever. But we know that this is in the key of E, and that's very, very important. Why? Because we need that in order to change the root note to map everything on my machine. If I came over here and I hit the keyboard and I change any key over here, let's go down to C, it will not pick up the right. It'll still be picking up, even though I'm in the key of C right here on the machine, it's still picking it up as a different key. So your 808 it won't be tuned and it won't be mapped to machine unless you go in here, go down to the sampling mode. All right, let me move my screen so you guys can actually just see nothing but the screen. All right, so you're going to sampling mode. You can either get to it by pressing these squiggly lines right here, or you can hit sampling on machine and it automatically bring up the sampling mode. Now, when it comes up on your screen, it'll look like this. You need to come over here to zone. Boom, hit zone, and you're gonna come down here to where it says root key. Now you see how it says C3 is the root key. We know that that's wrong because the key of our sample is in E. So we need to change this to E3 instead of C3. So we're gonna type it in E3, hit enter, and now it changed this root note from thinking that it's C3 to E3. So everything should be mapped when we go into keyboard mode inside the machine. And I'm gonna show you guys. Let's pull up Guitar Rigged. Boom. Here, there we go. All right, so we're gonna close this tuner out, and we're gonna come over here to keyboard mode on the machine, so you guys can see. Let me bring my camera back up, move this over some. There we go. All right, so now you got my beautiful face again. All right, so now we got Guitar Rig pulled up. Now we're gonna see if that worked, right? So we knew the key of that sample was E, but what we did was we went into keyboard mode on machine, and the key that it's in right now is set to C3 minor, right? So let's see if it changed the key of this sample from E to C by utilizing keyboard mode inside the machine. Remember with Guitar Rig, you gotta, there you go. You gotta hit it a few times. So it pulls up at C. So boom, it's constant at C, right? And now we know that all of these, when I go up a semitone, let's go up a semitone, let's go up to D, D3 now. On the machine, it shows D3. Now when I hit it again, it's still, there we go. Should pick up D3. There we go, D, there we go. All right, so that shows that, I mean, this tuning method ain't perfect, but like I said, you can utilize Mixed Key and it should give you the same thing. But see, boom, it pulls up as D1, right? So if it's saying D1 on here and you got it and it's coming up as D on the Guitar Rig, then you know it's pretty close. Or if you see it D is hitting a lot of times, then it's pretty close. Right now it's showing a chromatic scale, but don't matter. Anyway, all right, so now what you can do is I have a loop going. So let me play my loop real quick. So as you can hear, the key of this sample is F, right? F minor. So I know that because over here on machine, I mean not machine in Cubase, it says F minor, and I have Mixed Key on that sample. So I know that the key of this sample is F minor. So I'm gonna have to go in here into my keyboard mode, go up a few semitones, boom, 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 to F, and then I go over to minor. Now, whenever I play my 808, it's automatically in tune with this sample. So let's play it and see how it sounds. That was a horrible me playing it, but anyway, you get it. It sounds like you can hear that it's in key with the actual sample. So I'm gonna mute my drums and all this other stuff, and we're gonna play back. All right, so now that I have that actually set, no matter what I do on the keyboard and play it, it's gonna always be in key. So that's pretty much it, you guys. That's how you tune your 808s. That's how you do 808 slides. That's how you set the root note inside a Maschine. Like I said, I did a video on this a few years back. You can go check that video. It'll be a link in the description or it'll be in the card somewhere. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you found value in this video. I wanted to keep it short, sweet, and simple so you guys won't be watching a tutorial. You can go practice, because that's how you get better. Practice it, figure it out, and then fail, and then do it again. So, but anyways, you guys be awesome, be creative, and hey, look, please go and subscribe to my channel and hit that like button and notification bell so you don't miss a thing. 80% of y'all ain't subscribed. You found value, please hit that thumbs up. But yeah, anyway, be awesome, be creative, and don't let anybody stop you from doing what it is you want to do in life. Till next time, deuces.